Look, I'm gonna keep it short this evening. This shit's fucking hard. And I'm pulling out my camera to say this because, quite truthfully, I don't really have anyone to speak to about this. So, I guess just about the only thing I can do is pull out my camera and just film, even though it's really just to myself and anyone else who might be watching in the future, or the few people that will watch when I do upload this. It's been a long journey, and honestly, if I didn't have such a strong vision, reason why, and self-image, I would have given up 1,000 times over already, because the amount of periods of turmoil and uncertainty and pessimism and doubt is just crazy and ridiculous. But I guess that's just how it is, and at the end of the day, if you want to succeed, you have to be willing to embrace that and take it on the chin, because that's how you become successful. And that is exactly why there are successful people, because success by definition means that you are faring or doing well or better than others, or than the average at least, which means that the average person is not willing to do that which you are willing to do if you are to be successful. So don't be surprised if it's hard and you see other people doing worse or even better around you, because everyone's different and everyone's got their own journey. And honestly, despite the fact that I might get frustrated by looking at a 15-year-old online making however much money when I'm not, well, that's just silly at the end of the day. As emotional and irrational creatures as we are, it just does not make sense to look at others and their journey and judge yourself based on what other people are doing. And man, just recently I've been having thoughts, and just moments ago actually, how I actually realistically over the last year, this last year that I've barely been really even earning anything, I actually could have just had a normal 9 to 5 like I was going to. When I started my job as a lifeguard, it was with the intention of later on becoming a civil engineer and just getting a normal job, an apprenticeship as a civil engineer, because I heard it was a good job and it would bring me a good income. Even though now I realize that's, long term not what I would want to do anyway, because it's not something that aligns with my vision and my purpose, and it's just not following my purpose. But I realize now that I'm building on X, quite realistically I could have just worked my 9 to 5 all this time, and only just now that I've started on X, I could be working after work, because there's people doing it. And I know a guy called Johnny on X, and he's got a 9 to 5 and he's scaled to 5k plus, it's more now, per month, while working a 9 to 5, and it's all thanks to systems, and it's all possible nowadays. And I literally could have done that. But you know what? I wrote a post today with the headline, God punished me, and I explained how I did over 10,000 outreach over 10 months to send my first client, and then well, another 2, so 3 by the end of that month. And I said how the outreach wasn't even the punishment. The punishment came when God answered my prayers, and I was obligated to deliver a service that I didn't know much about, I didn't care much for, and for clients, or in a market that wasn't good. It was terrible, in fact, at the time. So I was delivering a service to clients I wasn't passionate about serving. And I know passion is so cliche nowadays, but Daniel Priestley talks about this, and it's true. The more passion you have to serve your clients and for the solution or for the problem that you're solving, the better your delivery is, your service delivery. The more you over-deliver. And the more you over-deliver, the more people talk about you. You have a markable reputation. And so it's actually best to over-deliver for your clients before you go away prospecting for new ones. But yes, nevertheless, I'm just really often, honestly, thinking about how not quite often anymore. I used to think about this a lot when I was running my agency, because back then I was so unaligned and I lacked clarity entirely. That was a dark time. Now, thankfully, I'm not in such a dark time because I actually have clarity. I know what I want to do. It's just that reality is taking a while to catch up. And you know what? I know that was gonna be the case. I know that reality takes a while to catch up when you do these things. But, man. The reason I started this whole thing over a year ago now was to make a decent income so I could provide for my family, live a good life, and inspire others to do the same. And here I am, over a year later, still not making the income I thought I would be. And it really pains me because I know exactly what I'm capable of. I know exactly what my potential is. And yet, I've not come to fulfill it yet. But at the same time, it's ridiculous for me to say this because I'm just 18. And despite the fact that there are 15-year-olds making an income online nowadays, I'm still early in the game. I'm still only a year or so in. Take someone like Iman Ghazi, for example. People could say he was making his first, 20 to 30, 40k when he was 17 and signing his first clients at 16. But really he started getting into entrepreneurship when he was 13, 14 supposedly, or reading self-improvement books at least, which I started at 16. Which isn't necessarily late, or actually at the beginning of 17. Yes, that would be more correct actually, beginning of 17. So look, if you're watching this, and if you're demotivated, if you're losing hope, you're losing faith, or even if you're not, I just want you to promise to me that you will never stop, that you will keep going, and that you will persevere. Because believe me, if you just keep going and you do not give up, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. Remember, when you persevere, the horizon will clear. Go out and do incredible things. And keep going. I believe in you. Be mega. Ciao for now.